Parents often ask me, should my child repeat a year of school? It's one of the toughest decisions a parent can face. On the surface, it feels like an extra year might give them a chance to catch up, to achieve real school success, instead of lagging behind their classmates. You'll hear lots of teachers and principals share opinions on repeating and retention, and those opinions are often really different. But to be honest, the evidence is really clear. Research shows that repeating a year might give a short-term bounce in grades or confidence, but in the medium or long term, those gains are not maintained. They often fall back to the pack or even worse. Decades of studies show that retention or repeating is a high-risk strategy. Outcomes usually get worse the older a child is when they repeat. Repeating in the early years can sometimes have less social consequences, but as they become more and more self-aware, it can become more damaging. I've also seen that repeating in the same school can be a problem. It becomes really obvious that their peers are moving on and they aren't. It's important for parents to consider what the ongoing effects might be and what being a year older might look like by the time they get to the end of high school. In my work, the only real clear case for repeating is when a young person's experienced a long-term illness that's caused a lot of absences. But even then, children generally catch up without the need for repeating. You're often just making them spend more time in a place that they really don't enjoy. And if you do repeat, you can't just hit the reset every time things get tough. You certainly can't repeat more than 1 year. For mental health challenges like anxiety or attendance difficulties like school refusal, which is a big focus of this channel, repeating can look like a fresh start, but those struggles often resurface unless you address the root cause. And for young people with learning difficulties, repeating sometimes gives a temporary lift in results. But unless targeted teaching and adjustments are in place, the same barriers are still there. This is where I've seen the biggest impact, socially. When a child repeats, they move out of sync with their peers. They may see their friends move up a grade without them. They may form new friendships, but usually a young person will have some kind of impact to their confidence or self-worth. Parents will do their very best to frame the repeat as a positive thing, but usually it's unavoidable that the child will take away a message of, "I'm a failure." Later in schooling, these differences become even more significant for young people that have repeated. I've worked with students that are 18 in year 11, 19 in year 12. They're ready to leave school, to work, to drive, even to go to the pub, but they're still at school in classrooms that are designed for 15, 16, 17-year-olds. Just being that little bit older increases the risk of leaving school early. Older students often disengage, feel out of place, and start to see school as holding them back rather than helping them go forward. That's one of the hidden costs parents don't always see when their child's only in year 2 or 3. If you're weighing up whether repeating is a good option, ask yourself, why did my child struggle? Was it illness, anxiety, or a learning need? What supports will actually be in place next year? How does my child feel about it? And what will it mean for relationships and the long-term schooling journey? The evidence and research is clear. Repeating is rarely the solution. Unless the challenges and underlying problems are addressed, those same problems continue to come back. If you're facing this decision, the best step is not to just ask, should my child repeat, but to ask, what intensive supports will help them succeed next year and beyond? That's where change happens. There definitely isn't a one-size-fits-all for this decision. So if you'd like for me to take a look at your situation, make contact. The details are in the description. And make sure you subscribe for more videos like this. You don't have to walk this path alone.